J-Drone here, and this is Yellow Spark, and we're gonna do the same test, but we got a full battery. So we're gonna go maybe a quarter mile, maybe a little over a quarter mile, and see how this holds up. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, here we go, guys. Full telemetry. This is done via a screen recording. That way you can see everything. As you can see me, I'm there with the AirHogs goggles on. Bam. Show you left to right here. Make sure there's no trickery or anything. You can see it's showing that I was about 2 meters away from myself. I do have obstacle avoidance off, but it still lets you know that on screen. And when you're flying looking at a cell phone, especially a small cell phone like this, it's a little bit hard to see, like not having it in FPV goggles. But as far as like on a mount on your controller, unless you have a nice shade and you're really looking down into it, this is king. Exactly what you see here is what I saw in the goggles. And we are moving slow. I will speed it up towards the end. We're not in sport mode. We're just taking our time here. I want to show you exactly what I'm seeing. And this is, again, exactly what I'm seeing. I'm able to constantly focus where we're going. I'm also able to look up to the right and watch my signal, watch my battery life, look down to the bottom, and check out my meters away from myself, and not really have to get mildly disorientated with what I'm doing as you might have to if you only had a screen. Because again, all this information is directly in front of my eyes. Yes, sure, you can go out and buy the DJI goggles. If you have the money and you want to blow some money, by all means, do it. This is pretty clear, though. I mean, look at this video quality. There's been no edit done to this. This was taken right off my cell phone, a screen recording, and here we are. I mean, as you can see over the center right, I am recording, and I did record to an SD card, which I'll have that footage later, and I might load that footage later. But that footage versus this footage, it's not much different. It really isn't much different, besides the fact that you have all the telemetry all over the place. And as you can see now, guys, we're pushing 350 meters. We're getting close to a quarter mile. Getting close to a quarter mile, and we haven't flaked out. As you can see, we still have 3 bars where it says 5.8 G. We still have 3 bars of signal to go. We can continue going here and not have to be scared, not have to worry about nothing. Although, again, the Spark has really good return to home, so as far as worrying about anything, really don't have to worry either. But right now we're getting close to the 500 mark, and we still have those 3 bars there. As you can see, I'm only 19 meters high, and again, the information that I'm telling you is at the bottom of the screen. Height is 19 meters high, and distance, we're getting close to 600 meters now. If I was higher, I might get further range. And why would that matter? Well, because again, I'm not that high. So my terrain that I'm standing on is lower than the terrain that this is. I know that for a fact because I've biked this. So right now we're at 2 bars. We've pushed 660 meters, 662 meters, and I'm at 2 bars. Could I go further? Absolutely, I could go further. I still got 2 bars of signal. I'm not going to go further, though, just because I really have no need to. I have 72% battery, upper right-hand corner, if you are trying to follow me with what I'm telling you. I really have no need to. I've proved my point here. And again, I got my 3 bars back pretty quickly. So essentially we probably had just about 3 bars. It's been flaking in between 3 and 2 bars out there around the 600 mark, and that's epic. And again, this is through my little ghetto goggles. I'm gonna call them ghetto goggles, my ghetto DJI goggles. DR1 goggles, smack your cell phone in, you're good to go. You can do this with the Mavic, you can do this with the Phantom, you can do this with any drone that has an app that is going to go full screen. You can do this with, and it'll project like it's projecting to me now. I think the Bebop, I think I might have tried this with the Bebop once or twice before, and the Bebop might not have had that exact strong signal that is being outputted to the controller, because the cell phone's connected to the controller's connected to the drone. And the Bebop itself, I think it on the Sky controller, I think it really wants that cell phone to be on the Sky controller, but I was able to get out to just about the same distance doing this. So guys, you could spend the money if you have it. Or you could go out and spend $40, get a micro drone that you could whoop around in there. There was the first skip right there. Did you see that? That was the first skip that we encountered. And I think it has something to do with that crater in the earth, and off to the left, the community that's right there. I think there's strong power lines over there, because even when I'm FPV flying, when I'm coming around the bend on that area, I generally get interference and then it clears up. But as you saw, it was a quick skip. We made it all the way out, no skips, came back over that one area and just got a little skip. So is this going to work? Are you going to be able to use this? Are you going to be able to use this efficiently? Are you going to be able to use this without worrying about, are you going to be able to see? Dude, I'm telling you, exactly what you are seeing on the screen right now was a screen recording, and that is exactly what I saw. And as you can see here, I'm going to show you. That's me right there. I still got the goggles on. I'm still standing in the exact same spot that I was standing on when we took off. Nothing's changed. I haven't swapped anything out. The goggles is what I'm using. And right now we're just going to do a fly backwards before we switch the speed up to sport mode, just to show you that even flying backwards, I mean, we're not going to go super far. Even flying backwards, you're not going to get any skip in this feed. And again, this is not from an SD card, guys. I have to reiterate, this is a screen recording. This is exactly what I saw. So this works very well. There we hit, we almost hit a 100-meter mark, didn't get a skip. And I could have went further. I absolutely could have went further. I got 55% on my battery, but I kind of want to throw it in the sport mode. I want to show you how this reacts in the sport mode, and explain sport mode a little bit to you guys as far as the gimbal, the 2-axis gimbal that's on there, which I did before. I've done it before in other videos, really zooming around with it. But I want to show you guys, and we'll show you from first-person perspective. And there I am. Drone's behind me. I'm looking at my goggles. Look up top. It just changed the sport. And look down bottom. We are cooking. 50, 51, 52 kmh. Dude, that's 30 plus mile an hour, man. This thing's moving now compared to what it was. Before, it was very docile. And our battery's at 50%. We're already at almost 300 meters here. And I'm not going to push the limits on this. We already pushed the limits, but we're just going to fly it a little. As you can see, the gimbal, if you tilt heavy in sport mode, it's going to pitch heavy in sport mode, and the gimbal has, it needs a second to recover on it. So that's the reason you have sport mode, one, to fly fun, have a fun fly. We're at 500 meters, guys, 516, to fly fun with it. But as far as, and wow, a little bit of wind out there too. Getting messed up left to right a little bit here. If you look down bottom left where it says 49%, 50, 61%, the way that's pointing, and the H is me. If you could get that arrow pointing to yourself, if you lose orientation exactly how I have it, how I had it, and fly directly back, you'll fly into yourself. But yeah, so that gimbal, it's really not ideal for shooting unless you are just going to go straight out or straight back. If you're going to be pitching left and right, you're going to get the gimbal to kind of deal. Right now we're moving at 46, 45, 44, and the gimbal's handling. Up until I decide to pitch left, as I just did right there, then you have a little bit of gimbal shake, because again, you're pitching so heavy that the gimbal needs to catch up with it. So all in all, guys, this was a success. You could see bottom left corner, the little arrow is pointing at the home point. I'm directly in front of you guys. I'm right above the 26. I'm actually off to the right now. I'm right there. That's a very... Dude, having this in your face is key. Having this in your face is a whole different world from flying via a ground station, flying via a touchpad, flying via a small cell phone like this on top of the controller, or below the controller per se on this one. It is huge, beyond huge. And dude, after I was done with this flight, I was stoked. I went back to my house and I was still stoked because I was sitting inside the Spark. I mean, I'm standing there, but mentally, I was sitting inside the Spark. I was flying the Spark like a little Martian, because that's how FPV acts. We're going to go ahead and just zoom around here, try to kill the battery a little bit more. We're not going to drain it. I have no reason to drain it, but dude, this works epically. Again, you can mod. JP, one of my good friends, he noted in one of the things, you can go to a Five Below and get $5 VR goggles, and you can mod them, take the focal points out, so it's wide open. With these, I didn't have to mod, but you can definitely do that if you're pinching pennies and or you just don't want to spend the $40 and you want to go to the $5 route. You can definitely mod a VR set to do this. But this was ready to go like this, guys. I'm J-Drone. You can see I just took my headgear off. I'm gonna land this manually, and everything is upside down now because my screen tilted. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, and if you're gonna go out and fly safe. Have a wonderful day and take care.